Bonjour mes amis, bienvenue à Avignon, en France. Welcome to France. It is day 23, I think, maybe. And I had another great day. A bit of a quiet day. Last night's video was pretty short because I wasn't really feeling great. Felt really tired, like I hit a wall. And kind of feeling the same today, but I think it had to do with the fact that like it was a real pressure change. So it was like hot and humid, and then the rains came overnight, and I I usually I usually get headaches and stuff when that happens. So I'm glad I got away with just like feeling bummed and tired and wanting to go to bed early, which is what I did. Um, and feeling pretty energetic today, but a little, tired nonetheless. Behind me is La Place de l'Horloge, or the place of the watch or clock. Um, and that is the big clock tower in Avignon, on top of the Hotel de Ville, which of course is or used to be a hotel, obviously, but now is more of a city hall and all of that. So it's kind of cool. It's one of the more well lit up things that they have in Avignon. I've complained, for lack of a better word, it's not a complaint, that they don't seem to light things up, so I can't take those, cool night shots of them. But you know, everything else instead just looks a little bit more gothic and cool looking. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get some quality photos of it, and I just found this spot tonight, so I'm gonna have to come back here with better equipment. Let's see how to get that shot. But anyway, I did a couple of things today. Speaking of cool shots, I managed to visit a couple of churches today, in particular ones that I pass by all the time, and I'm always looking and seeing, are they open? Do they look open? Um, and that seems to be the thing with Avignon, churches in Avignon, is they don't look super welcoming. The one in front of me, actually, here, is the church, the Saint Agricole, and I used to pass by that every day when I was at the other apartment, and it never looked open. But then I saw this little opening, and I was like, oh, that's where the door is. And sure enough, it's open. And I went inside, took some photos. It was cool. So with that experience, a few days later, today, I figured I'd just brave it. I would go in and walk in through those little doors that don't look super welcoming, and see what happens. Worst case, someone says, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in here," um, and no one said that. So, but yeah, it is really interesting because they have in Avignon, they have very much preserved the churches, right? And they preserve that feel. Like it does feel like I'm walking into a medieval church as opposed to like a church from the Renaissance or a more, let's say, modern age. And yeah, it's really, really cool. I really, really like the ceilings. And it does seem to be that same arched pattern is repeated over and over again, but it's like such a classic look that it really makes, it doesn't take away from the church. The repetition doesn't take away from the church at all. It adds to it, you know. And today I got to see some, the Church of St. Pierre was smaller than I expected it to be in the inside, of course, very tall, and had a lot more original frescoes and paintings, which really surprised me because often a lot of the churches that I've seen so far, a lot of the paintings have just been worn down, and they they were in the Pope's Palace as well, right? Like they've preserved certain areas, but the rest have all just, you know, um, drained all of their colors, right, over the years, and which is to be expected. And the second church that I went to see, the um, Saint Didier, is actually the church I stood in front of last night in last night's video, which, like I said, these are two churches that I pass by every day, and I never go in because I don't know, are they open? Are they not open? Am I welcome? I still don't 100% know because out of all the churches that I've been in Avignon, I tend to be the only person in there, except maybe like one or two people. Um, and so I can't really follow the crowd and like figure out that, which is, or like allow the crowd to show me, where I'm allowed to go, where I'm not. Um, and that's what I kind of rely on. And so, yeah, I can only guess that I was welcome. I did leave like a little offering here and there because I figure that's only fair. I'm helping to support things, like as little as, a little bit here and there, but still something. I hope they appreciate it. But the second thing that I did today was I finally went out and I bought my extra suitcase. Uh, and I started to pack it, in fact, today. And I started to put in all of the gifts. I'm calling them gifts because some of the gifts are for people back at home that I'm planning to bring back. And some of the gifts are for me when I get back home. Like I bought some of that really nice olive oil and a big jug of it. And that's coming home with me. So a lesson I learned from last year is, yeah, bring the extra suitcase. And um, the idea of not wanting to bring anything back, it's valid. If that works for you, do it. But the regret of not, grabbing those things, like most of what I'm getting is consumables anyway, right? Like olive oil and chocolates and things like that. But still, if you want a trinket, get a trinket, bring it back home with you. The last thing you want to do is get home and go, I wanted that T-shirt. And I did find some cool stuff, which I'll show you guys eventually. But like I said, some of it is gifts, so I don't really want to put them on the videos, and then the people who are going to get these gifts will see them. So, um, yeah. But in any event, I'm well supplied. My challenge now is not to spend so much money that I fill the suitcase up. I got to leave some space. Um, so anyway, oh yeah. Well, I was just about to end the video without talking about the pastry of the day. Yay! It's pastry of the day time. Look at that. It is a hazelnut something or other. Oops. Very hard to get out without. Or what happened yesterday. There we go. Yeah. So hazelnut cream, some chocolate, some hazelnuts. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. So today, instead of buying two cheap ones, oh, I'm ruining it. So instead of buying two cheap ones, I bought one fancy one. This will be a nice dessert after a healthy dinner. Oh yeah, that's so silly. I don't need a pastry every day. That's the crazy thing. And I did find myself, you know, walking out of the market at some point and going, oh, I need the pastry of the day. And then going, no, no, don't, no, no, you don't. You don't need it. Um, so, I don't know. A friend actually sent me a good friend sent me like a kind of a remix of the pastry of the day song that she put together. It was very funny. Thank you, Fiona. She's very creative. Yeah, maybe I'll integrate it in that thing. But in any event, I'm gonna head to bed. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm clearly doing well, full of chocolate and olive oil. Um, and I hope you guys are planning your adventures. And if there's any way I can help, please let me know. Um, how'd you like the shortened video last night? Is that more along the lines of how short you want these videos? Do you like the long ones? Analytics suggest that people like the long ones for some reason. But in any event, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I'd really like it if you liked or added a comment. You know, you got to dislike it. I get it. Any of those interactions are great though, because it helps me get seen a little bit more. So thank you for everyone who's been sending those things. The comments, of course, I love. I love reading. I love responding to them. They're great. So with that, there'll be another video tomorrow. So, à demain. Au revoir. Night, everyone.